What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Today we're breaking down the 2020 Clemson football breakdown and predictions. I said breakdown 17 times right there. Sorry about that. Clemson, of course, is going to win the ACC. There's no real question about that. Clemson is only going to play one ranked team in my eyes. So there's not much to say about this. I tried to get as much information as I could about a team that's probably going to go 12-0. But so Clemson is returning 5 starters on offense and 6 starters on defense. 50-50 on each. There you go. The 5 starters on offense are all key players: front quarterback, running back, wide receivers, kind of thing, and 1 offensive line. Go into that. They have to replace 4 starters on the offensive line. Now, that's going to be pretty big. That's going to take a while to gel. Normally that's the longest gelling group to replace. Defensive lines maybe a little quicker. Offensive line has to work so well together that replacing 4 of the 5 is going to be pretty hard. On defense, they have to replace both starting safeties. They got talent, so I'm not expecting a huge loss there. I do think it will take a while to gel. Offensive line and defensive secondary and linebacking core is the question marks for the season. Of course, when you're replacing 4, you don't have the safeties, and they're only returning 1 of 3 linebackers as starters too. So it's gonna take a while to gel. They're not gonna look like they're firing on all cylinders at the start of the year. I probably won't take them unless the point margin is small. What I'm hoping is they're a 30-point favorite at the first game and they win by 14. They're a 30-point favorite the second game, they win by 14. So then Vegas starts making it a smaller point, and then when they start gelling, they start winning by 30 and 40 every game like we expect them to. Vegas has Clemson right now winning a total of 11.5 games for the over-under. I might put money on the over. The under is I don't know, man. They've only lost 2 regular season games in 5 years, so going with the odds, they have a 60% chance of going undefeated if they follow the last 5 years. But with everything going on, it's going to be interesting to see what happens and how the season looks. Clemson is minus 600 to win the ACC championship. Basically, that means you have to bet 600 to win 100. That is a lock. If you want an easy 100 and you have 600 to bet, be my guest. I normally don't like betting that, but there is no chance if the season happens that Clemson does not win the ACC. So there you go. Unless their whole team gets struck by lightning and even their B squad comes out, their B squad will still probably win the ACC championship. Clemson's odd to win the national championship is the best. Vegas has them in the number 1 spot. It's plus 250. Following that is Ohio State and Alabama. Ohio State 2, Alabama 3. It's a safe bet. They're going to make the playoffs. We already know that. And if they go undefeated, I don't see them being the 1 spot. So they'll probably have to play Alabama or Ohio State in the first round. So it'll be interesting to see. They are a very safe bet to make the playoffs, though, and to win the ACC. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence odds for Heisman Trophy is 5-1 right now. It's pretty high up there. I think Justin Fields snuck up on him in the last couple weeks to have the number 1 spot. I personally am not going to take that because 4 new starters on offense, until they gel, he's not going to look rock steady. He's going to look, I'm not going to say confused, but what's in front of him is going to confuse him because it's going to take a while. And Clemson's odds making it to the playoff is minus 670 again. If you want to spend $670 to win 100, go with it. I definitely 100% think they're going to make the playoffs, and I definitely think 100% they're going to win the ACC championship. So solid bets. I just don't like betting 6 times what I'm going to make profit. And looking at their schedule, at Georgia Tech for the first game, don't really need to talk much about that. B squad could beat Georgia Tech. Louisville has always a good offense, and they like to spread the field and throw it. That's going to be the first test for their defensive secondary. The defensive line of Clemson is probably going to be the best in the country. Linebacking core and secondary, you might as well flip a coin on that one because there's no telling what they're going to be going into the season. what we got? Akron. So Louisville's going to show some holes in the secondary and linebacking core. They're going to get it back together for the Akron. They're going to probably destroy Akron by 60. Virginia Cavaliers after Akron. Decent defense, not really that good offense. I see them destroying them at Boston College. That's going to be a massacre too. At Florida State, people are trying to give Florida State a chance. That's going to be a massacre. I'll be surprised if they don't win by 30. NC State Wolfpack always plays tough, but again, 24-30 is what they're going to win by, if I had to guess. Syracuse, it's at home. I mean, we probably won't have fans, so what's home field advantage really going to be? But, yeah, they're going to destroy them. They have the bye before the only ranked team I think they are going to play is at Notre Dame. Again, probably no fans, which means home field advantage is not going to feel like home field advantage. Normally Vegas gives +3 to the home team. I see that going down to maybe a +1 or nothing this season. So betting's going to be a little more wonky compared to normal, but we'll just deal with it and get through it. The Citadel, don't need to talk about. Wake Forest lost their quarterback, don't need to talk about. South Carolina, again, it's at home. South Carolina doesn't have it. I think the defensive line will eat South Carolina alive, and South Carolina might only score 10 points at the max, so another 40-something to 10 game, and they'll be really gelling by then too. I think they will be really gelling by the Notre Dame game. So if that Notre Dame line is -10 to -14, I'm going to jump all over that and take Clemson. And then the ACC championship, again, they probably won't be playing a ranked team, so it doesn't really matter. I see them going 12-0. At Notre Dame, it's far enough in this season they should be gelling. Louisville's going to show a couple holes in their secondary, but again, the defensive line is going to eat Louisville, so they're not going to have much time to sit back there and pick it apart. So I see them going 12-0. I think it's a good bet to take the over in that. The ACC championship bet and the Clemson making the playoff bet are locks in my eyes. I just don't like spending $600 on a bet to win 100. It doesn't make sense to me, and there's other stuff I could spend that has better odds for me. So hopefully this is an insight to Clemson for you. Hopefully we make some money off Clemson this year. Clemson's always a good bet from week to week. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Take care.